Well, good morning, everyone. This is another installment of Coffee with Kevin, and I'm very fortunate to be joined by Wes Petterson, who's out in the islands. Aloha, and have a little coffee there. Hope you're doing well in the morning, Wes. How you doing?
Aloha, Kevin. Doing great. Living the dream.
So we're very fortunate to have Wes on because Wes is a friend of mine that I've known for several years now. But I was invited, was it 2 weeks ago, I think, out to an event that he hosted in Honolulu, and it was for HAAPI, which is right behind you. So, it was interesting. We had quite a few practitioners there from all different types of aesthetic device practices. But maybe give a little background on what HAAPI is and where it came from and all that kind of good stuff. And I just love the name to begin with.
Well, thanks, Kevin. HAAPI is an acronym for the Hawaii Association of Aesthetic Professionals and Innovators. And it was started after getting into this for about 2.5 years. And look, primary call spots for Monarch Aesthetic Services are going to be plastics, derms, med spas. And the plastics here on the island have their own specialty organization. The derms have their organization, but there really wasn't anything for the nurse injector or the esthetician. And so we felt that there was an opportunity to create a group that was going to be a support group. It was going to potentially be a social networking group, really just to create a community of like-minded individuals.
Well, I thought it was very interesting because, I was very fortunate to give my experience and talk to a lot of the practitioners there. But the thing that really hit me strong was that at the end, you spent about, I don't know, a good 5-10 minutes going, what should we do next? What do you guys need to learn about? I thought that was very impactful and interesting to, a provider that came in. And I spoke to pretty much all of the providers one-on-one throughout the evening. They really enjoyed the collaboration, I guess is probably the right word, across the board. Is that kind of what you guys, and I know you had a couple key influential people that really helped drive this. Is that kind of what the idea was?
I think that's the goal, Kevin. It was really founded on three principles. Number one, let's establish a community of like-minded individuals. Number two, let's provide a platform for an exchange of information and ideas. And third, ultimately, is to hopefully be able to deliver better patient outcomes here in Hawaii. Obviously, we've got challenge given our physical geography. We're literally on an island. And so sometimes getting information to the islands or getting people from the islands to where the information is can be a challenge. And so the goal here really, part of it is to leverage the community in order to potentially bring some of that education, some of those new technologies, and some of the resources that are on the mainland to Hawaii and not make it so difficult for members to access.
Well, it's interesting because the other thing that really struck me was this should be everywhere. I mean, let's be honest. You are physically on an island, and it's, by the way, it's a very beautiful island to begin with. But I mean, there's a lot of islands out there in every city or major metropolitan area, or even every state. There's people that probably feel like they don't have a good resource to go and learn more. So, maybe if you can educate some of the people of some of the direction that you're looking to get, because you had a wonderful speaker that was talking about how to really market their practice and build their practice there. I mean, what are your kind of targets when you're trying to bring people in to meet with the group that you have put together?
I think the first thing, Kevin, is make sure that you've got compelling information for these providers, and the content has got to be there. I think that bringing some resources that are off island sometimes can make that a little bit easier. And thanks to my relationships in the industry and with Monarch, I can tap into some of those resources. I think ultimately this group will depend on what the members would like to do with it, and whether that be just a networking organization, whether it be there for professional development. I think that, we've seen study clubs and other things, and it's easy to share your best work with people, and people want to share their successes. But I think where the real learning takes place is when we've got an adverse condition or an adverse event, and how do we handle that? And so, my hope is that this group feels comfortable enough with each other to share these challenges how to overcome these challenges, and what resources are available to help them, again, ultimately deliver better patient experiences and better results.
Well, from my limited experience, I think you've accomplished that because I saw a lot of people exchanging great ideas and maybe not so great ideas and really trying to help each other out. So that was fantastic out there. What would you like to see, or who would you like to see come join and grow? Because I know you've got, I think you said 40, 50 members kind of started initially, but you want to grow this to even more. So what's your talk track with someone that can and give them an idea of what they're going to learn and what they're going to experience and what's the benefit of coming and enjoying the HAAPI events?
The goal is to be an inclusive organization. So whether that's the plastic surgeons or the dermatologist or the nurse injector or the esthetician or the med spa owner or an industry professional, and even as we saw, from one of our speakers, maybe even outside the industry as far as aesthetics go, and talk a little bit more about how to run a successful business. And that can be anything from insurance to SEO marketing to other things that are sometimes challenges for the small business owner. But while it's going to be focused on the esthetician and the nurse injector, I think that the dermatologist and the plastic surgeon and the business owner all have an opportunity to contribute and to hopefully take a nugget or a pearl or something away from these presentations that will bring value to them personally or professionally.
What's maybe on your next agenda? Do you have any idea?
Well, I think we want to try to stay ahead of the curve if we can, Kevin. And I think there are some trends that we're seeing in the industry specific to maybe the GLP-1s and skin tightening. And I think that there are some existing treatments that are there that people have been handling this with. But I think there are some new technologies that can handle it very efficiently, maybe in the hands of a mid-level provider. So something like the eye laser, I think, is a great thing to introduce to the islands and a chance to have them see what is the latest and the greatest and what their colleagues and peers are using to treat these patients that have skin laxity issues as a result of rapid weight loss.
If they want to join HAAPI, do they contact you directly? Who do they connect with?
At the moment, we're trying to have everything run through a single focal point. So they can reach out to me, Wes at A2Zaesthetics.com or 808-990-2679. They can also DM me on Instagram, and I've formed an initial page called The HAAPI on Instagram as well. So I'll make sure to load information on there. Granted, that's one of the things that I need to work on.
All right. Well, hey, let's answer the one last question. I just thought about this. Does it cost someone to join this? What's the deal? Like, give me a little pitch on that one.
No, at the moment, Kevin, the membership, there is no charge. We've got industry sponsorship, and I think that that's another real opportunity for industry to get involved. And I think that there are other companies out here that can help support other industry partners that will find value in membership. So hopefully we can have industry kind of pick up the tab for membership. And as soon as we're delivering consistent content, we can take a look at other things that the group wants that may be outside of our budget or may need a collaborative effort. Kevin, it's amazing what can happen when you can put 40 or 50 people with like-minded in a room. I think there's a lot of industry people that would look forward to an opportunity to interact and educate and support the providers in Hawaii.
Anything else we should know about HAAPI before we let you go and go finish our cups of coffee, since I know you're still on morning time?
Kevin, as I said, it's an inclusive organization. If you're looking to network with like-minded individuals, to learn about new platforms and technologies, to tap into resources that are on the island and off the island, I would encourage you to attend a meeting and meet some of the others in the industry. Like anything else, right? You get out of something what you put into it. So I encourage members of the aesthetic community and professionals to join us at our next HAAPI meeting in February.
I do recommend everyone should go on the islands, and even if maybe someone not on the islands wants to come, it's a great location. I found the information and the sharing of ideas to be very, very valuable and useful to everyone involved. I learned a little bit. I think everyone else learned a lot at this meeting. So I think it's really a wonderful meeting. And again, everyone that watches this, I would definitely reach out to Wes and connect with him. And when they want to sign up or learn more, is it easy for them to go on social media and go to what is it, Instagram, and go Be Happy? Is that what they're looking up?
At HAAPI, they should be able to find us. They can also, again, look for me at A to Z Aesthetics Plus, or reach out, ask one of your colleagues in the industry if you don't know how to get a hold of me personally.
And by the way, if you can't find them there, you can always reach us out at Monarch Aesthetic Services, info at Monarch Aesthetic Services. We'll forward it on to Wes, and he can connect you out there. But again, Wes, it's such a pleasure to see you again. Aloha. I need to get more of the Hawaiian shirts. You look like you're ready for another good day in the lovely islands of Hawaii. But I do think it's very smart for everyone. And by the way, anyone that's not even in Hawaii, you might want to think about managing and starting your own smaller organizations, because I do think this is a value for everyone across the board to really understand what the market's looking for, what are we seeing out there, and really the old saying that rising tide raises all boats. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure everyone is smarter, everyone is better, so that our industry grows and continues to grow in the format that it needs to and will and should be. So well done, Wes. I'm super excited. I'm glad we were able to participate and be involved. And thanks again for everything. And what a great time. And be happy.
Well, mahalo, Kevin. We appreciate the support Monarch Aesthetic Labor Services provides, and look forward to hosting additional meetings in 2026 and growing the participation of aesthetic professionals here in the islands.
Cool. Thank you, Wes. Take care, everyone.
All right. Aloha.